It's America's fastest rising new game show. It's sweeping the country. It's time once again to play AP Headline or Flannery O'Connor Story. You know the rules. All you have to do to win cash and valuable prizes is tell me whether the single sentence that I'm about to read to you is the headline of a recent story on the AP Newswire or a one-sentence summary of a short story by the great Southern Gothic writer Flannery O'Connor. Here we go. Tonight's sentence: insane killer escapes on field trip to county fair. Insane killer escapes on field trip to county fair. Let's play our game. You have 10 seconds. So yeah, this one is regrettably real. I'm sure you saw it on the news wires on Friday. Insane killer escapes on field trip to county fair. From the AP. Dateline: Spokane, Washington. A criminally insane killer who escaped during a mental hospital field trip to a county fair remained on the run Friday, and furious residents and officials wondered why such a dangerous person was out in public. It's actually a pretty awful story in a lot of ways, and I'll share some of the details with you. But first, I have to share a confession with you, which is that from a purely mercenary, purely journalistic standpoint, this guy, Nicholas K. Geranios, the AP staff writer who got handed this bonbon, he kind of made the most of it. Let me share with you just some of the details from this AP story. Authorities believe Philip Arnold Paul, 47, is heading to the Sunnyside, Washington area where his parents and many siblings live. He's in a bad mental state, his brother, Tom Paul, told the Associated Press. Why would they load him on a bus and take him to a fair? Paul was committed after he was acquitted by reason of insanity in the 1987 slaying of an elderly woman in Sunnyside. He soaked the woman's body in gasoline to throw off search dogs and buried the remains in her flower garden. Officials were told Paul had $50 at the time of his escape. Said Sheriff spokesman Dave Reagan, $50 will buy you a bus ticket. The sheriff's office said Paul's medication should keep him stable for 14 days, not 48 hours, as previously reported. His brother said Paul was a high school and junior college wrestler and a martial artist who should not be approached. I'm a tough guy, said Tom Paul, but I wouldn't take him on. You know, journalists tend to be a little bit on the cynical side, and as if anybody really needed any additional proof of that, let me offer you a little additional proof of that. Earlier tonight, when I was struggling a little bit with this piece and not sure I was going to be able to finish it in a timely way, I actually said to my wife after dinner, boy, I really hope they haven't caught this guy yet. Yeah, I'm not so proud of that. Nevertheless, my hat's off tonight to AP writer Nicholas K. Geranios, who took insane lemons and made crazy lemonade, journalistically speaking, out of the Paul story. I can only hope that tomorrow and the next day, as this story develops, we get an answer to the most pressing question of all. Why did state officials give the homicidal maniac $50 to spend at the county fair? You know, even for a sane person, that's an awful lot of funnel cake and skee ball.